All right, we are back, baby. Technical difficulties. I got so many things running on this computer. I guess it just shut down on me, man. So, apologies for that. Hopefully, we get the chat back. Chat was going off, man. I was enjoying the input, but yeah. As far as the second question, I'll throw the second question back up that we just had. Which is what was the most shocking event we had this last off season? And why and how will it impact the upcoming season. The way, you said Russell Wilson, and then I said Deshaun Watson. And it's hard to say the impact that Deshaun Watson's going to have because we don't know when he's going to play. So we don't know if it's Brissett, how much. I mean, Brissett's serviceable, but, in the meantime, it's all up in the air. So... next question up is from Seth Go Crazy. Hey, I'm gearing up for my fantasy football league. Who are some sleepers you guys think will have a breakout year? And that's a great question to tease because our next episode that we're doing is our mock draft episode. So stay tuned next week. We're going to be on a random site. We're not going to disclose it yet. And we're going to join a random mock draft going on live around the country, and we're going to join in the mock draft along with some folks, man, and see how that goes. So next episode next week starts off our fantasy portion of the off season, man. So this is a great question to segue into that next week, man. So who's your sleepers this year, man? Who's going to have their breakout year nobody's thinking of?
All right, so sleepers, breakout people. I'm going to go with the rookies first. I don't know if you mean just rookies because usually when people talk about sleepers, they're like, what's a rookie? But it also could be a breakout player. But rookies first, I mean, I think Breece Hall. And again, whenever we talk about all this stuff, we're now just getting into training camps. If somebody gets injured, or if there's a lot of hype, you got to read between sometimes the BS of things. But as right now, I got Breece Hall. And then on top of that, I'm going to stack it with another Jet, Garrett Wilson, which is kind of crazy. But I'll get to that in a minute. Aleve with, Jameis Winston throwing. And then Michael Thomas, he could make some bomb throws. And then Christian Watson. If Aaron Rodgers makes him his number one, that might be a Devontae Adams for years to come, and you can lock him up. So, and also Kansas City, they're without Tyreek Hill. Who's going to get those targets? Sky Moore, Justin Ross. Where if you're like in a big league and it's a keeper, and you're round 18 and Justin Ross is sitting there, maybe fill in that extra receiver. So second year players. Zach Wilson. Well, this is the thing.
Come on.
Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson. It could be the Joe Burrow kind of thing, but in the Jets territory. So, but I think the Cincinnati was a little bit better than the Jets were coming into it. So, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne is a huge play in my book. I think he's going to have a monster year. So, remember when Philadelphia won their championship. It was LeGarrette Blount had a crazy year, and that could be an ETN kind of year. So, and for 3+ years, I got Jameis Winston. I think he could actually. He has Michael Thomas. He has athletes all around him.
Does he though? Does he have Michael Thomas?
I'd assume so. I think all indication is. I got Irv Smith Jr., tight end from Minnesota. He's going to get some targets if he's healthy. And it's a contract. So if he goes down this year, his value goes way down. And then whoever's backing up Leonard Fournette, the dude is 260 pounds right now. So that's diabetes and injuries await. That's Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, that's
whoever backs him up, whether it's White, Keyshawn Vaughn, or Bernard, even though Bernard's really not other than a passing down back, but I don't think Tom Brady's going to want to hold on to that ball. He's getting old. He's already said it. So whoever backs up Leonard Fournette, that's who I got for you. Hopefully that works.
I mean, that was a good list. I mean, I was going to go position by position too. I wasn't doing rookies necessarily. I mean, it's hard to have a rookie as a sleeper. I guess they're all kind of sleepers because they never played a damn down. But that's a good list. I do like the list. Quarterback-wise, I'm going Carson Wentz's ass, man. A guy that was almost league MVP a few years ago when they won the Super Bowl, tore his ACL right before the playoffs, last week of the season. A guy that's been shat on, with gusto the last few years. Man, he's going to go. He's got a new look, new team, probably his last chance. But he's got his best receiving core he's ever had. I mean, he's never had a receiver like Terry McLaurin. If he can get it together, look, he was still, I don't know about standard leagues. I know in my league last year, he was a top, I think, 12 quarterback. So in a 12-team league, that makes him a QB1. And he was unheralded. Nobody liked what he did last year. Everybody was hating on him, and he still was quietly a QB1 in a 12-man league. So, with a new receiving staff, new look, a new lease on life, give me Carson Wentz to bounce back. I don't know if you can call him a sleeper or not, but everybody is hating on your boy, Ezekiel Elliott. Everybody's hating on him, man. And nobody's talking about he had a torn PCL after week 4 last year, man. He still put up over 1,000 yards. He's a beast of a running back, somebody you can count on. So that's somebody to look at as well. Wide receiver, I like Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, somebody not on your fantasy league.
Like Hunter Renfrow. Well, my receivers are all too good. They can't be sleepers. But Hunter Renfrow, man, Devontae Adams is going to get so many looks. Hunter Renfrow should just be running wild. Wes Welker, Cooper Kupp-like. It took Cooper Kupp a few years to put up the numbers he's doing. Let's see if Hunter Renfrow with, a dominant number 1 across from him can take that next step and, put up good, solid, high-end wide receiver 2 numbers. Tight end wise, I like Freiermuth, man. Give me Freiermuth from the Steelers, dude. He had I forgot the number. It was top 10 red zone targets and put up numbers that tight ends usually don't put up in their first year. It was Big Ben, so he couldn't throw him past 15 yards. So your tight end's usually in that range, so that has something to do with it. But yeah, man, give me Freiermuth as a good sleeper as well, man. I liked your points. I like what you were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, those I don't know if you can call Elliott a sleeper, but I love your ETN pick. Mm-hmm. And on that same vein, give me Cam Akers' ass. Give me Cam Akers to come back and really put up some good numbers now and secure that RB1 role as well. What's up, Joshua? Good day, man, and the chat. What's up, man? Thank you for finding us back, man. We had our stream cut short by some technical difficulties, but we back, man. It's Q&A section, man. So if you got any questions for us, you let us know, man. Football related or maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, that's a good question, man. Segue into our fantasy sleeper segments that are coming up next week, starting with our fantasy mock draft. Moving right along, going to Twitter. It's an interesting question from Porchview1. It says, who are the top 5 all-time greatest NFL wide receiver? Now, I know this will probably be, in some ways, controversial, but probably in some ways not. But I'll let you start, and then I'll pose a different scenario to you. But go ahead. Who's your top 5 just straight up, all time?
All right, straight up. I think we both, I don't even know your list.
Start at 5. Yeah, we didn't check our list. Start at 5 and go to 1.
Okay. How about start with the people that I left off the list? Megatron. Oh, God, I wanted to put him on this list.
I'll drink to that. I did leave him off.
Oh, I thought you put him on.
I left him off.
I was thinking Megatron and Antonio Brown on your list.
We'll take that one
All right,
person
so
at a time.
Number 5, Marvin Harrison.
I will drink to that.
14,000 yards. 128 touchdowns, and that's basically what I'm going off of. But I like him with my next pick. I was going to go top down, but since we're going bottoms up, Larry Fitzgerald, 17,000 yards, 121 touchdowns. Same team his whole career. Just a solid teammate and everything. That's what you are looking for in a receiver. Both those guys. Number 3, T.O.
Oh, whoa.
Pure talent, just dripping off this guy.
I love me some me.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a guy that you had to have the right locker room, and it's tough.
I have not talked to Donovan.
Yeah. So, but almost 16,000 yards, 153 touchdowns, and the guy still probably runs like a low 40, probably like what 4.5 or something like that for his age.
He's
it's
still
crazy.
Doing that. Yeah,
he's probably faster than that. Probably 4.4 or under. So, number 2, Randy Moss, 15,000 yards plus, 156 touchdowns. He did it without Tom Brady at the beginning of his career, so it wasn't just Brady or anything. He deserves to be number 2. Number 1, all-time favorite, Jerry Rice.
No surprise here.
22,000 yards, almost 200 touchdowns, a little shy, but dude, the guy was automatic.
Did it all and did it the longest.
Yeah. True GOAT, man.
Dang, man. When we talked about this question, we said we're not going to tell each other any of our lists, so that hopefully they'd be very different. They're very similar. They're very fucking similar. So I hope you got your beer ready to drink to a lot of my picks. But talking about people that got left off, T.O. got left off of my list, man. Megatron and T.O. were the first 2 off the list that didn't make it. So, but at number 5, I also have Marvin Harrison. I'll drink to that.
Perfect at number 5.
Also at number 4, I also have Larry Fitzgerald.
Damn.
Drink to that. Now, I don't know how the hell you snubbed him, and you were damn right. Number 3 all time is Antonio Brown. This guy, I mean, he had a 5-year streak from 17, 16, 15, 14, and 13, where he had over 1,200 yards, at least 8 TDs, something like 80 catches a year. The best probably 5-year stretch maybe in history. A lot of drama. You know, these wide receivers, they got their personalities, man. They got their stuff going on, and but I would like, to me, one of the greatest also. And he also, I think out of all these people, is the only one that returned punts, and also only one that jump kicked somebody in the face doing it. So, yeah, give me Antonio Brown, man, as a pure talent. Number 3 overall. Number 2, I'll drink to that. I got Randy Moss. Don't put that beer down, because you know that means.
I know.
Number 1
is
Jerry Rice, baby. Here's the game I want to play to you on the same question. Now, let's take just the same list, or you can take one of the 2 people we left off, or would be Brown and
Tio.
No, it'd be Brown and Megatron for you, and Megatron.
No, it was Isaac Bruce and Megatron for me.
Okay, Isaac Bruce and Megatron for you, and mine would be Tio and Megatron. If you're drafting one, re-rank them 5-1. If you wanted to draft one on your team, who would you draft? Because that was the way I looked at it, and I was like, my list would be in a different order if I had to put them on my team today. If I look at what they accomplished, this is my list. But if I had to put one on my team today, what's your list?
Are we talking about the drama? I mean, we're drafting. We don't know what's going to unfold.
Pure talent.
Pure talent,
yes. Classy.
I mean,
live stream on YouTube.
I don't know if you could go pure talent, because there is some like leadership that young guys come in. You're like, this fits the team. It's tough to pass up on Megatron, like just pure, like he played with Detroit, like no one could stop him. Number 1, if I had to pick.
No, start 5. Do 5. Do 5-1 again.
5-1.
Yep. Oh, in the chat, just to give you a little help, if you need a little help, Donut Shalasky's found us back. Welcome back, dude. He says top 5, no order: Rice, Moss, T.O., Megatron, and Fitz. So we're all pretty close.
Yeah.
But he said Megatron number 1 if building a team. All right, so I'm gonna let you go.
I'm gonna go Larry Fitzgerald. Coming out of high school. Yeah, at 5.
Okay.
Coming out of college, he still had the hands. You knew he was going to be an NFL beast. And that sucks because I know Jerry Rice was like under the radar kind of going from the
Mississippi Valley State.
And then Randy Moss was kind of a question, but I'll slide Randy Moss at number 4.
Well, let me be clear. I don't want you to be a GM and be like, what do they look like out of college? No, you have their career body of work to go off of. Yeah, you can look at what they were in the pros and you're like, if I want one now, who would I want?
I'd still put Larry at number 5.
Okay.
I would probably move Randy Moss. I haven't thought about this. So Randy Moss still number 4.
You had him 2 though, right? So you moved him down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking pure talent. Like if I was building the team at their prime.
Yeah. Okay.
T.O. has baggage. I'm going to move Megatron at number 3.
So he makes the list when he wasn't on it. There you go.
Yeah. I might. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I already know mentality. I'm still going to go T.O. over Antonio Brown.
Do you have Brown on the list at all? Oh, no, you got, okay.
Yeah, so T.O. actually moves up to number 2.
Wow.
And then Jerry Rice still number 1.
So
I know it's a little crazy, but T.O. is still like he's a phenomenal beast. Like he is.
I saw him doing his crunches in his driveway, man. All right, so from that same list. So how about Andre Johnson's ass?
Nope.
It's not on my list, but neither of us mentioned for anything.
No, I mean he's a great receiver, top 10.
Yeah,
but not.
All right, if I'm doing this, T.O. comes on my list now at 5. He makes my list at 5.
Yeah.
After that, I probably got. That's hard to do. I probably got. You want to hate this? I probably got Jerry Rice at number 4. I probably got Jerry Rice number 4.
It's your consistency.
Then give me Antonio Brown staying where he is, number 3. Then give me Megatron at number 2.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And I think Randy Moss is one of the baddest motherfuckers that ever played the game, man.
Absolutely.
Give me Randy Moss at number 1, man.
But I'd tell this list to Randy Moss, and he'd be like, I have no problems.
Yeah.
Whatever list, like Jerry Rice be like number 4, like, hey, I think you shaded me, but you know what? Like, you're putting me in high regard. So.
Right. So that was a cool question. I like that question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Porch View. All right, next question up. Back to Instagram. Justin.Booth345. Will Gronk, in all caps, Gronk, come back, or is this the final farewell?
I will take the opposite answer of whatever you say.
I think he's done. I mean, he did say what's Edelman said, should he go to the Bucs? He did say if Edelman goes to the Bucs, he'll come back out of retirement. But I don't think either one of them's doing it. Edelman's doing what, Truly or whatever that commercial he's doing for some kind of seltzer or something, man. Nah, Gronk's done, man. He's been beat up to hell and back. His body's just, he's still missing games. And he's just old, man, and he just wants to party and do his thing. He's not old at all, but he's like old. Football makes you old, so he just wants to party and do his thing, man, and live his life, and ain't a damn thing wrong with that. So I think he's done. If he's not coming back when he just won a Super Bowl and then went to an NFC Championship and lost it in the last, 2 minutes, he's good. What else do you need? He's good, man. So I say no. So tell me why he's coming back.
All right. So he always doesn't want to do this training bullshit. He'll come back. He won't even come back in the preseason. He'll come back when Tom Brady calls. And if Tom Brady's like, baby, I need you, he'd be like, all right, well, let's talk. And even though he said, hey, I'm not even picking up the phone when Tom calls in the middle of the season, but if they're on a championship run,
playoffs,
Tom's like, dude, I got something, but I need you, and we could both go out on top. And he knows the words to say to Gronk. He'll sell him. He knows.
Well, I mean, there was that talk about how he was out of football shape when he came back. I mean, you can't just like show up and start playing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when Gronk, he still got the ball fed to him quite often, and he still did very good work with the ball when he got the ball. But yes, he is slowing down or whatever. The other thing would be interesting. He did say something about Joe Burrow in early offseason. So that would be
hear this. Let me know. What did he say?
Oh, I thought he was like, if there's any other quarterback I would play other than Tom Brady, it would be Joe Burrow.
How about that?
He has that swag. He likes to party. Joe Burrow. He's like,
Broadway
Jamar
Joe.
Chase. I mean, yeah. And there's no way like you're gonna take coverage off Chase. So I think it would be a very open season for Gronk to gobble up some yards. So those are the two cases I can see him coming back. So him and Tom Brady running off in the same sunrise with the championship.
Oh, Lord. I don't think any of that happens. You want to make a vault bet? Hey, next question up. Back to Twitter. Donuts T. Shalasky. Hey, he's also in chat, man. Donuts Shalasky, man. Ackerman is here. He is here to watch us answer his question live on air. He wants to know, this is his question. I would like your thoughts on the NFC North. A lot of changes going on there. Adams leaving Green Bay. Second Adams question. Coaching changes in Chicago and Minnesota. And year 2 under Dan Campbell. How do we see the division playing out? And I will let you start per the norm, but don't you steal my thunder. You know who
I'm stealing it.
Don't you steal my thunder, man. You know who's gonna win this damn thing, man.
I've been saying already given it to me.
What are you still talking, man?
I'm stealing my thunder. Minnesota Vikings will win this conference.
Pick that division, yeah.
Okay.
Pick that beer up and drink to that, because I'll drink to that.
Right,
I've been saying it as soon as they fired Zimmerman. That's all that was holding them back was Zimmerman. So,
I mean, they got kind of wrung out last year. Actually, I should say Kirk Cousins had 4,200 yards last year, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. That is a heck of a number. You have Cook in the backfield. You have a top 2, 3, 4, 5 receiver out on one end. Adam Thielen, if he comes back healthy. Irv Smith, super talented. It was the defense that let them down, and that was Zimmerman.
And Zimmerman's supposed to be the defensive guy.
So they brought in defensive players to kind of lock it down. They were banged up on the defense last year, but, I mean, honestly, you got to – I mean, it's the NFL. So the defense ranked near the bottom, passing yards, allowing first downs, stuff like that. You got to get off the field on defense. I think they improve on defense this year, middle of the pack, and they win the conference hands down. Green Bay, number 2. The only question there is a receiver. They signed Christian Watson today, I believe. So, but before today, Randall Cobb was pretty much the number 1 receiver. Are you kidding me?
I mean, yeah, Valdez-Scantling's not there anymore.
He's the highest paid receiver on that team at $4 million. You gotta come on, man.
If only Jeopardy would have come a-calling, man.
Yeah. So Amari Rodgers could actually, he had some pretty good stuff, so he could be a quiet sleeper coming up. But they have to find a receiver. Their defense is there. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Aaron Jones. I mean, A.J. Dillon. So your backfield set. Just find a receiver or two. I actually think.
All right, this is the one thing I don't know is which team is going to be third for you.
Yeah, I know. But Green Bay, I actually wouldn't mind them going after like a Julio Jones type for the veteran leadership. He might not be able to last all season.
Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown. I actually thought about him too.
Did you? All right.
Yep. So why not? Number 3. My Detroit Lions. I'm selling in, man. They're not going to finish at the bottom. So they only lost 10 games by 10 points or less. And for Detroit, I mean, when you lose 10 games, you got to start compromising somewhere. So, but they were in a lot of tight games last year, and they play with passion. And I like Dan Campbell, what he's saying this offseason. I think he knows he's starting to grow something there. And the reason I have Chicago at number 4, I'm sorry, but RIP Justin Fields.
Okay.
They did not help that man in the offseason.
Drink to that.
They need an offensive line. You have a premier college quarterback coming in, and then last year you fed him to the Wolves. This year, no improvement, just more Wolves. So as fantasy, I'm going to compare Justin Fields to Blake Bortles.
Ooh.
He's going to rush, and then he's going to get the trash points at the end of the game. That's so fantasy wise, he'll still be pretty good.
I think we owe a shot for a Blake Bortles reference, man. Here, come on, we owe a shot, man. Here's the Blake Bortles ass, man. You're a beloved fantasy keeper for many years, baby.
All right.
Cheers, let's do it.
Cheers.
Welcome back, man. I missed you last week.
That one got me.
Hit that little soft palate, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Well,
all right.
Damn it, I hate to be boring, and it sucks, but I have the exact 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't know if you were going to pick Detroit number 3, but, dude, they got good, man. They had, I think, if you listen back to our draft recap, same thing.
It was crap.
Same thing. No difference. Draft recap. I think I had them as like the top 2 or 3, maybe number 1 draft grade. I think I didn't. I think I penalized them because I think they hurt themselves because they need a franchise quarterback that, you know, next year is when they're all coming out and they're going to be further back in the draft.
In prime position, though. They'll be fine.
No, yeah, you can even trade up, go Chicago Bear style. Speaking of Nfc North. Get, you know, but.
So tell us who and why.
I am. So same thing. As soon as Zimmer was gone, dude, I was like, here we go. I think we have it. I got to go to the tape, man. But I think very early after the Super Bowl, I have picked the Vikings in the Final Four. I think we have a vault bet about it, dude.
Yes, we do.
Vault bet. Vikings in the Final Four in the NFC Championship, dude.
But I didn't want to take it, but I took it.
Yeah, begrudgingly. I appreciate you meeting me there. But so I like, because I was talking them up last year, man. So I like that you came around to your boys' point of view, man. So yeah, I think the Vikings, like, watch out. Skull Vikes, man. Green Bay, it's because they had no receivers, and that's it. And I don't know what their coaching is in the playoffs. I mean, they just always lose. They always lose when they shouldn't. How did they lose to the Niners?
They're not the Cowboys.
How did they lose to the Niners last? No, the Cowboys can't even make it half the time. But how did they lose to the Niners at home, man? Like, I don't know, man. They got, and you know, Aaron Rodgers' best ball is, I don't want to say it's behind him, but it's behind him. His modern day ball is really good, but nah, when you got Dalvin Cook, like you said, Kirk Cousins, I'm loving the hashtag show prep you put into this thing, man. Like, Kirk Cousins ass. Another player that gets hated on, man. Like, so much hate on Kirk Cousins, and he, like, puts numbers up. He'll make a boneheaded throw every now and then, but, like.
Or line up under guard.
Yeah, you know, he'll go goose his guard for a minute, you know. But, yeah, man. I don't know. They might win the whole fucking league next year, man, out of nowhere. Watch out for the Vikings, man. Green Bay, they don't have any receivers. Like, you got to just, like, wonder what Aaron Rodgers is thinking. Like, yes, all right, I agreed to come back. So now that means you listen to my gripes, right? You're going to give me a receiver in the first round, and you're going to lock me up with stuff, right? Nope and nope. They let your best receiver go and still didn't draft the receiver in the first round. So, peace out. So, it's the weirdest thing, man. It's like, what is it, 12 years or something like that? 9, 10, 12 years? It's a long time since they drafted an offensive weapon for Aaron Rodgers in the first round, and they still didn't.
Christian Watson was in the first round?
No, I think it was second round.
Early second. I had a first round grade on him. But...
Yeah, second round. So that's the case there. Yes, I think the Lions got so good around them, and I think Fields is such ass that that's self-explanatory, man. So they traded up to get Trubisky, who the Steelers got for nothing, and beyond that, now they've got Justin Fields, who is ass. So I'm sorry, whichever quarterback gets drafted by Chicago next year, you're also ass. Apparently, because that's what they value in Chicago, apparently, is ass quarterbacks. Next question up is, from email. We got an email question, man. Old school email from Fanboy JM. Who would you predict Deshaun Watson's replacement to be, given he is suspended? Do you think he will receive a shorter suspension given the latest rumor of his threat of lawsuit against the NFL? And yes, we teased this at the top of the show. That was the latest news to come out. So good on you, Fanboy JM, for being topical with your question. And but yes, it's pertinent. It's happening, man. And I think we've talked about it before, but go ahead and opine some more, man.
So I kind of hesitated on opining everything until now. So Deshaun Watson, to me, throughout this whole thing, the key factor is this. The judge is going to base her ruling on the findings of facts. So that's a legal term.
Dude, well, we got let me put you on Adam Cam. All right, we got Counselor Adam on camera, y'all. He done giving legal advice, man. Come on, Counselor Adam is here, y'all.
But I said this at the beginning. If I was Deshaun Watson, the NFLPA, I would be suing a few weeks out. Like I'm on it.
Come on, Counselor.
But the finding of the facts is the key. What are the facts? I have yet to hear a fact about it. It's still a he said, she said kind of thing. And her ruling is going to be based on the facts. And then he's also settled with these women. But the interesting thing is she doesn't make the final say. It's Roger Goodell's final say. So it'll be very interesting if he oversteps so I think there has to be a suspension coming down, or Goodell will step in. So is it going to be a 2-game, 4-game, 6-game, 8-game suspension? And then I think the higher it goes is the more Watson's willing to sue. So I think if it's an 8-game, I think Watson's definitely suing the NFL, as he should. Again, it's finding of the facts.
What do you sue about though? Like,
I can't make a living because now my pay's being docked.
I can't make a living. So you got
$40
million.
Well, that's if he plays. If he's not played, they don't have to pay him.
I mean, I get that. I'm just like, to sue, I mean, everything must be settled out of court, and you still get a big suspension, I guess. There must be, because
I don't think there would be a big suspension.
Aren't there still several women that haven't settled?
Just a few.
It only takes one, bro.
Yeah.
You only got to knock one chick out in the elevator and drag her caveman style back to the room to ruin your whole career. Hashtag Ray Rice. So
there's video evidence. That's actually, again, finding of the facts.
That's true. I guess they didn't have any. They didn't have any cameras set up in the quiet room over there at the massage parlor.
And they've already been to court twice, and the jury has not even tried him. So, I mean, again, this is stuff you would sue the NFL for. Like, I went through this twice already with the grand jury. They chose not even to proceed with going through trial. So why am I still playing this game? You're messing with me at this point. And honestly, I'm not going to say it. But So, do you think how many suspended games?